Dependent claims. In this lecture, we will look at three things about dependent claims. One, form of dependent claims, the contents in a dependent claim, and the use of a dependent claim. Form. The preamble of a dependent claim should be similar to the preamble of a parent claim. Now, we use the word dependent and parent. When we refer to the parent, we refer to the main or the independent claim upon which the dependent claim is based. We had seen in the case of the flexible iPhone, claim 1 was the parent claim and claim 2 and 3 were dependent claims. So the preamble portion would look the same. The preamble recites the main portion of its parent. For instance, if the parent claim is a brush for removing dust particles, the dependent claim would be a brush for removing dust particles of claim 1, and it goes further to recite any limitation or any detail that it needs to provide. If the parent has a long preamble, the dependent can shorten the preamble, like a brush of claim 1. Instead of saying a brush for removing dust particles of claim 1, it could be a brush of claim 1. The dependent claim has to indicate the kind of dependence on the parent claim. It should denote that it is depending on another claim. Now, this can be done by using the language as recited in claim 1. You can say a brush as recited in claim 1, or you could say a brush of claim 1. Again, these words indicate dependency. Or you can say a brush as defined or as specified in claim 1 or as defined in claim 1. Now, these are the kind of language that we will use to indicate that the dependent claim is dependent on another claim. The idea of a dependent claim is to limit the scope of the parent claim. Now let's look at the transitions that are used. Now, if you use the transition comprising, a comprising transition is used in a normal case like a brush comprising in addition a blower. Now, further comprising could also be used, or comprising in addition. It shows that the transition form can be in addition to what you have already said, or further including, a brush including a blower. Now you use wherein or in which to further qualify the element, and it is introduced to signify the relationship between two claims. We had seen the use of wherein in the foldable iPhone. The first transition was comprising. The second transition which we saw was wherein, which brought out further details of the three structures in that example. A brush wherein the body is made of wood. So the brush is already recited, wherein brings in the detail about the body of the brush. The dependent claims have to be numbered and arranged. Now, if there is only one dependent claim based on an independent claim, it could figure anywhere. It could be in any place, provided it gives the correct cross-reference. But if you have a series of dependent claims, then you would arrange them close to each other. Content. Now you have to define cooperation between each element recited, as well as cooperation between the two claims. Now the two claims, we are referring to the parent and the dependent claim. Now newly added elements should cooperate. For instance, we saw that in the iPhone, foldable iPhone case, we saw that the metal was referred. So there has to be reference to the metal and the fact that the metal forms a part of the display. So the relation or the cooperation has to be clear. It should contain all limitations of the parent. If the parent has 3 limitations in the foldable iPhone, we saw that there was a housing, there was a structure, and there was a display. The same limitations will carry on to the dependent claims. The dependent claim also cannot limit any element of the parent. If there are three elements in an independent claim, A, B, and C, the dependent claim cannot just recite A and B or A and C. It has to recite all the elements in the parent. It can add new element or modify existing element. It can add a new element. It can say what kind of metal is used for C, or it can modify an existing element. It can say or bring a limitation to B or to A. So this is permitted. As we already mentioned, it cannot subtract. So it cannot remove anything from the parent claim, but it can always add and modify. Now let's look at this example. The motor of the apparatus of claim 1 used in a vacuum cleaner, where the apparatus of claim 1 includes elements in addition to the motor. Now you could use this to add further detail in claim 1. Now you cannot say an apparatus of claim 1 without the motor. Now that cannot be done. Wherein the first example, the motor of apparatus of claim 1 used in a vacuum cleaner is permissible. You cannot say an apparatus of claim 1 without the motor. That would amount to subtracting what is there in the parent claim. This is not allowed. Limitations by adding elements or by providing detailed description of existing elements. So the limitation can be brought in by adding a new element or by providing detailed description to what is already there. Now let's look at the use of a dependent claim. A dependent claim that adds a blower. An apparatus as recited in claim 1, further comprising means for circulating air. Now that's one of the uses for which you can put a blower to use. So it's a function defined by the means language. A dependent claim for a composition. A composition of claim 1 wherein chlorine is added in the concentration of 10%. So you can see that further comprising in the first example, wherein in the second example, are transition that is used to denote a dependent claim. And the fact that it is preceded by a cross-reference, which is claim 1, tells us that it's a dependent claim. If the dependent claim 3 adds a new element, claim 4 can recite, for instance, the cleaning apparatus of claim 3, further including a time sensing device, a timer or a time sensing device. So you will see that dependent claims can be used either to have a detail to what is already there or to introduce a new element. An example of how we add details. An apparatus as recited in claim 2, in which the circulation mean comprises a motor and set of blades. So the circulation was not described in the earlier claim. Here the in which transition describes the circulation. Multiple dependent claims. A multiple dependent claim is a claim in which there is reference to one of the several alternate claims. There are many claims on which it is dependent on. It recites all of them or more than one of them. It's a shortcut for writing a set of multiple dependent claims. So if you want to write a set or a series of multiple dependent claims, it is easier for you to give cross-reference so they are all linked together. For instance, a device as claimed as in claim 2 or 3 further comprising. So you have brought cross-reference to two claims here, claim 2 or claim 3. So it could be either of the combination. So a device as in claim 2 or 3 further comprising. So this is a multiple dependent claim because this claim is dependent on 2 and on 3, depending on how you read it.